should know that languages are different type of different kind of. One, you can say the like uh, different language which is like used in microcontroller to control in a IoT or Android thing. Okay, so that is a
Mm.
different thing. Here in a Python, it is advanced language, and this language you used like you can use this language to create products like your website, any apps or calculations. In Python language, this language is a interpretative language. So whatever you put in during coding, it interprets and integrate with the system and gives you the answer. Okay, and
Mm.
this is a case sensitive language, which means that like if you are creating a string or a variable and you are using some alphabet, suppose that you started writing something with capital letter, and you want to execute those things using with a small letter, then it will give you a error, name error, or it will give you like the name is not defined. So we will also look into this when we cover up, when we advance in this uh, session. Okay, and like this is a like platform free. What is platform free? Like why we call it this independent of any platform? Do you have any idea? If someone will ask you that why Python is so popular and why it is called like platform free or independent from any platform, like it is independent of any type of iOS, what it means? It means that you can install this language even in Linux, in uh, Microsoft OS or iOS. Okay,
Mm.
and the codes are portable. Portable means whatever you are coding, you can like carry from one place to another place. You know the mediums, like you can share the link, you can transfer it using the pen drive, the hard disk, or the mail, or the cloud. So it means like Shravya, if you written something in Windows and you shared the link with Kriti, she can, and she have iOS. So without any hurdle or um, any problem, she can all open the same link in her computer and exactly in the same way as it was in your system. So this is a like platform free. It can be it is a portable. You can carry it from one source to another source without changing its form. It will not, like nothing will affect in the nothing will be affected in the coding. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like uh, you can say that you can download this like Python. Okay, this is a free. You do not
Mm.
need to have any license. Go to the download section. Okay, and you
Mm.
can, like you can see here Python. Okay, and
Mm.
come to the, like you can see here all release source code, the availability for Windows, MacOS, and other platforms. So you can find it as per your system specification, and try to always try to have a laptop with a 64-bit. Okay, so now
Mm.
when you click on it, you you will be redirected to the download page. And like if you want to download Windows version or Linux or MacOS or other, you can simultaneously click and get this. Suppose that I want this Windows. So these are the release. Okay, now you can see here 64-bit, 32-bit. So find it. Okay, like which one is suitable for your system. So I'm using this 64-bit. So After clicking on it, the link will give us a software and you know how to install it, like run as administrative simply. Okay.
Yeah.
So after this, you will find this. Okay. Uh, Let me give you a brief. Can you see my screen?
Yes. No. No.
Okay. So this is the basic thing. Suppose that go to the pie chart, which is like in my system, this is in my local disk D. Okay. Click on pie
Mm.
chart. Okay. I clicked on pie chart. Go to the scripts. Okay. And CMD. So it will give us a prompt like this. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
The black one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, this is uh, what we get. Okay. I'll come to this after at the end of the session. Okay. For now, let's move to the other example. And can you see this screen?
No.
No.
Now we can see the same black one.
I'm sharing the entire screen. Now we will see everything.
Yeah.
Can you see this?
Yes.
This is also a Python online compiler. Okay. Using this, like you can have this link. Okay. You can use this link and you can code anything. Like as you can see here, this is the first program or code for 80% of Python learner, which I am not uh, used to explain or execute. So you can also use this for your coding purpose. Okay, you can change its color by clicking on this. Okay, and in this section you can see we have multiple options like Python, C. Okay, so whatever you need you can have it. Okay, this is the SQL editor. Okay, this is a JavaScript. Okay, this is one of platform which you can use. Okay, let's move to the other like if you can see this. Okay, Python scripts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like okay, so I'm going to like invoke Jupyter notebook, take time. Okay, okay, so this is Jupyter notebook. Okay, and the very popular okay platform where for Python coders. Okay, as you can see here, this is the home page. Okay, and this is a file option, this is the running clusters. Okay, and using this new, okay, you can create like Python 3 I IPY kernel. Okay, so we have this we will get this Jupyter notebook. Okay, any problem so far?
So it redirected you to this page automatically when you type
Yes,
there.
if you
Okay.
have this Python
Mhm.
CMD only, then you can do this. Okay,
So
otherwise
we
this is also a like interpretator where you can write your code. I will introduce one more platform which will be the easiest one. Okay, now please ask.
So no need to install this separately, Jupyter or something.
Jupyter, no, you do not need to install it
Okay.
separately. So let's come to the first file. Okay, here using this, you can create new notebook. Okay, clicking on the IPOI kernel, you can create a new notebook. Like this one is the 31, it will be 32. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
So let's come to the 31. So when you click on file, notebook, new notebook, you can have a new notebook, or go to the home page. Okay, on the right side, top corner, find the new and get the, okay, IPython 3 kernel. Okay, using this also you can have a new folder. So when you will click at this new folder, okay, untitled folder, you can like rename it. Okay, you can rename it, or whatever the, like, suppose that we are having this session. Okay, we can rename this folder, and our every session will be stored in this folder. Okay, so this is how you can create your folder. Let's move to this one. Okay, this is a option, you must be familiar with this. This is a save. When you bring your cursor, you can see here save and checkpoint. Okay,
Okay.
adding this, you will get multiple lines like this. Okay, cutting this will separate this. This is for the paste ops copy option, and this is for the paste option. This is scrolling up, scrolling down. This is for run. This is for stop and refresh and run all. Okay, let's
Okay.
move to the second one. So whatever you are looking here, whatever it is, like things are visible to you, you can also find those things here. Okay, like cut cells, copy cells, and these are the shortcut keys. For cutting cell, you can press X, copy cell, C, paste cells above, Shift and V, and these are the shortcut you can have. Look into. You can look these and practice. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No.
Okay. So this is a view for toggle header, for toolbars and other things. Okay. Insert, when you want to insert cell above, like if you want to insert cell above this, you can simply like insert above this A. So this is the inserted cell. If you want to, like, I wrote something here. Okay, and if you want to insert something below, this is, and if you want to insert something, like, just delete it. If you want to insert something above, okay, got it.
Yeah, got it.
So this is the tool for running cell and selected below. So as per, whenever you write code, you will understand that how we will use this. Okay, and kernel is a point where you can say that this is a checkpoint. Okay, for every code we write. Okay, and like this is a untitled 31. Okay, so whatever we save file, whatever the file we save in Python is stored in .py, or it may be stored at .ipy, or like something like that. Okay, so if you want to change the name of this untitled 31, okay, so simply you can click here and you can rename it like Shreya and Kriti.
Hmm.
So you can simply add this sk. So now we have this file sk. Okay.
Hmm.
And if you want to look this sk, okay, go to the home page, to the files. This is the sk IP, and this is running seconds ago. Okay. Can you see here this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
So whatever the name of file you want to put it, you can. Like if you want to rename it, you can again click here and separate, like you can add it like uh, okay. So we have this data, and we can again find this data. Okay. And the previous file, you will not be able to find the previous file because we renamed that. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So any doubts so far?
No.
So we use this platform to write the code.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Okay. So this is the basics you must know. Okay. Let's move to the very different platform. Okay. We will write code. We will write code. Don't worry. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is a term which is Google Colab.
Mhm.
Okay. You can write it Google Colab. Okay. The
Hmm.
This is the more advanced notebook for Python users. Okay. Because it
Okay.
is uh, you can say that it is a cloud platform, and Google provides you multiple options, like you can have this calendar or docs or sheets, anything you can import these things within your notebook. Okay, so let's click on Google Colab. This Google Colab and Jupyter Notebook are 90% similar. Okay.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
only thing which is different is like, let me show you. So come to this file. Okay. Open a new notebook. Okay. This is a Google Colab. Let's start it where we left this one. So in this one, we are starting how we can rename it. So both of you, like what is the process to rename it? Like what we need to do?
We
We
can double
Simply,
need
click
to
on.
go to that
yeah,
and change.
yeah, simply like SK.
Hmm.
Okay. And this will be stored as IPYNB. Okay. So we have this file. Okay. And you can see on the left side, these we have these few options which is different than this one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the use of that? We are using this to create file. Okay. Click here. Okay.
Hmm.
Using this, you can save your file. You can like uh, simply when you click here, you will upload your file somewhere. If you want to restrict it, you can restrict by
In.
selecting this. Okay,
Okay.
let's start from one by one. Okay, this is selection. Okay,
Hmm.
so, okay, so as you can see here, we have code and text. Okay,
Hmm.
so use of these two, I will uh, like brief you later, like
Hmm.
why we use this. Uh, for now, you simply understand that whenever I need to create a topic, I will select this text. Suppose that this is our, okay. So I will choose this first session here. Okay. So everything will be stored as first session. Okay. So whatever we will code will be stored as first session. Okay.
Okay.
And the tools are almost same, like when you click on and this code is used for coding purpose, uh, whe- which we know when we start. Okay. This is for like tools
Will
for
be
saving.
storing the local disk or else it will be storing on drive,
Yeah, you can
whatever.
copy in a drive, you can save as a GitHub guest, save copy in GitHub. Okay, this is why I told you the like Collab is different than the regular
Yeah, yeah,
Jupyter notebook. So like this will connect you with the GitHub. GitHub is a community where
yeah,
you
yeah.
can find yeah. So if you are familiar with that, if you ever heard of that, you can directly save this copy to your GitHub profile. Okay,
Hmm.
and you can revise your history. You can download your code like in a two different form, .py or .ipynb. Okay, in any form. You can even print your code. Okay,
What is the difference between .py and .ipynb? It's
it's
just
a,
an extension
yeah,
or
extension kind of thing.
okay. Will there be any
No,
difference?
no.
Okay.
Like sometimes we can save it and locate in our drive, like your Google Drive. You can
Hmm.
uh, save it in your Google Drive. You can upload your notebook. Suppose that you have some other notebook shared by one of your friend or your colleague or someone else, which is saved in your stored in your computer. You can simply click here and find it where it is, like from GitHub, Google Drive, recent, and example. Okay, you can like create a path and have this. Okay, okay, any doubt?
No.
You can insert the code cell, text cell. Okay, so this code cell and text cell, you will be understand these two terms. Okay, this is a very important thing you need to know. Okay, and like one by one we will like check our coding. So I hope you understood these three platforms, these three different platforms, like the Jupyter
Yeah.
notebook,
Hmm.
online compiler, and
Hmm.
the Collab. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So let's move to the this script. Okay, oh, are you ready to like start your first code? And in which platform you would like to have your first code, like in Collab, notebook, online compiler, or in this one?
Anything is fine for me.
Okay, so let's start in this one,
Okay.
Collab. Okay. And one more thing,
Hmm.
like you can see here, which I forgot to say, on right side. Can you see this on right side?
Yeah.
We have multiple options. Okay, like this one is a link. When you click
Hmm.
on here, you will get a link. You can copy this link and share with the your colleagues or your friend. Okay,
Okay.
or you can, like, if you both are working together, like in any code you can suggest your comment, like um, if you want to, if you are checking the code, you can add, like the code is not in uh, arranged in a correct way, where is the problem, you can add your comment. Okay, whatever the remarks you want to feed in, you can add your comments using this comment box. Okay,
Okay.
this is the editor setting. You can, like, change your editor, like the font size, whatever the font size you want to. Okay, I use this 14 because I have to share my screen to those who are other side of my screen, so they can, like, see the code clearly. That is why I have this 14. Okay, and this is the things which you can have. You can customize your, like, preferences. You can have this Collab Pro. Okay, this is a GitHub. It will be redirect you to your GitHub account and the other miscellaneous things. Okay, I'm not saving anything. And you can mirror yourself. Okay,
Hmm.
you want to delete anything, you can delete using this. Okay, and this is like copy cell, cut cell, and add a form. Okay, let's move like to the next thing which you need to know is this share option. Okay,
Okay.
using this share option, like when you click on here, you will get the link, and
Hmm.
you need to copy and share it. Okay, using this will reconnect you with your Gmail account.
If we share this link with others, will they can
Yeah, like
edit
this is,
or
yeah, like you want to share this with one of your friend, you must have their email ID. You
okay.
just add their email ID into this. Now you
Hmm.
can see here restricted. So we
Oh,
have this option like restricted, which means like no one will use
make
this.
an
Yeah, anyone with
yeah.
the link. And then we have different options. Okay, viewer, like other options as well. As you can see that I am the owner of this,
Uh,
not like I'm the owner of this folder. So you can see now whatever I want, like to for you, like as a viewer or as a commenter or a editor. So if I'll give you the access to edit this, then I need to have this editor. Okay, only then you can edit or suggest, edit the code. Okay, and then
yeah.
I can copy the link and then share it with you, or otherwise I simply need to put your email ID. Okay, and
Hmm.
simply it will be in your inbox. Okay, any doubt?
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Hmm.
Okay, and to use this Google Colab, you must have Gmail account, otherwise you cannot access this. I hope everyone have this Gmail account.
Hmm.
And okay, so this is the text and this is the code. Okay, So I do not want to start anything which will create a error. So simply I'm using this like renaming this file with the name of SK. Okay.
I just have one question.
Yes, please ask.
So when we share with others, like even they can run the code,
It like depends
or
like
like
what you want, like to be a viewer, or you want their suggestion or comment on your code, or like you want to check it, go in a deep and find the bugs for you. If you allow them, only they can have the access. Okay, suppose that you are in a team, okay,
Mhm.
and you do not trust your teammates, then why you will choose to like you can simply uh, share in a
restrict the
viewer mode.
access.
Yeah, and ask them that how they can help you. If they can, then uh, if like if you are in an industry and you are sharing your file, uh,
Mhm.
like keep that restricted, and when you interact with your colleague in a team or in a meeting, then allow them to use it. Okay, when they ask for a permission, otherwise try to save your file. Okay, if
Yeah.
your code is like something intellect, okay, if it is regular, then okay, nothing to worry.
Okay.
So when we select this, it will uh, after adding this, you can add your text. Suppose that this is okay, this is introduction. Okay, in introduction we are going to have like look for okay with okay. So this is introduction, and we are going to execute our first Python code. Okay, so we are writing this in a text. Okay, so we like we can write, when we choose this text we can write it directly, but when you start writing same thing in this code section like introduction, okay, and when you will shift and enter, it will give you error. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Why this is running so slow? Let's yeah, as you can see here, name error. Okay, introduction is not defined. Why? Because this is not a form of any code. Okay, if you want to like use this as a caption or a introduction or like information, then use this hash. Okay, then
If a
when you
comment.
yeah, this is a comment. Okay, to
Okay.
comment, you you can use this text, and with code you can go with coding. Okay, so let's start with our first code, and we are using mathematical operations. So let's start with data. Okay, you know that we are surrounded by data. Whatever we are like in this session generating in this session can be in an n type of data. Like I'm sharing my screen, there can be a pictorial data, a transcription data, a voice can be interpreted or translated in a data form. The
Mm.
visualization can be a data form. Whatever the stats we are going to use can be a data. Okay. So these all data can be used in a different way. Why we use data? Suppose that if you go back in your 10th class and you find that a trigonometry problem, okay, and if you try to memorize that, like a problem which says that a boy is coming with the speed of 30 km/h, and with the angle of 30 degree he looks at the top of the tower. Okay, so find the height of the tower. Okay, if the like height of the tower, like if he have to cover 4 meter of distance. Okay, so at the first time it would be tough to you that how to calculate it. Okay, or you can simply follow the process. You can create a free body diagram, like you can create the tower with the uh, and create a triangle, like with the 90 degree, 30 degree, and the rest of the angle, like how the addition of all angles, everything. So it means that after practicing more precisely, you will get better every day. Okay. Similarly, if you are in a production company, and um, if I ask both of you that name of favorite toothpaste, okay, please can you name me?
Close up.
Close up, correct? So like first the time you used this product, like if I say 5 year or 15 year or 20 years, anything. So let's consider 5 years, the last 5 years of a span. Okay, like you can find the taste are different. Okay, the
Mm.
packaging is different.
Yeah.
The pack it was coming was different 5 years back, and now this is different. Okay, so how this is possible? We just simply go to the market and purchase the product and use it. How the manufacturer understanding this, that the how what is the feedback back of their consumer? Simply their data for purchasing
Number of
capacity,
purchases. Mhm.
like if they are selling thousands of close up in January, and in February they are selling thousand of close up, and in March they are selling 800. So this is the graph they will get, like in January it was normal, in February it was better, because February is generally of 28 days or 29 days. Okay, so uh, if they calculate it per day, like in 31 days they are selling 1000 product, or in 28 days they are selling 1000 product, which means they have been gained the popularity. But in March they are facing some crisis, like their product is not like getting the same response as they were used to. Okay, so these are the data they use, okay, to like attract the customer, to attract the consumer. Okay, so similarly this is why I'm using this toothpaste as a product, because you both are not familiar with the software product. We will move to the software product as well. Okay, you must be aware of like your phone updates. Okay, like in every 2 or 3 months uh, you can see that there is a new update is available, version of this one, this point, this. What is that? The update claims that it will enhance the performance of your system. But is it
Mm.
the main reason? No. The main reason is that extraction of data, extraction of information. It also fix bugs in your uh, mobile. It also helps you to protect from the hackers and the uh, other things. It creates a like security. It brings it enhance the security. But why this is free? Nothing is free. They are extracting your data, your information, your activities, so that they can enhance the product quality and keep you engaged. Okay, so this is the data. Okay, so if you see like how many types of, like if we need to classify the type of data, data can be like anything. Suppose that we are talking about numbers. Okay, integers. So it can be integers like prime number, real number, in decimals, in complex form. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So suppose that we have this one. Okay, this is a number. Okay,
Mm.
I am just printing this one. We have the answer one. What if you want, like we all learned addition, division, subtraction, multiplication. These are the basic uh, mathematical operation we have. Okay, suppose that you want to add 1 plus 1. Okay, you know
Mm.
the answer will be 2. So we are getting 2. We are simply using a calculator. Okay, this is a like calculation. This is a simple calculation. Okay, now
Mm.
if you want to add 10 plus 7, you know the answer. What will be?
17.
17. Okay, so this is a integer. Okay, suppose that this is a simple number 1 1 10 17. So we are not, we cannot like define this. We if anyone will ask me that why this one, like this one is standing for what, why this one, is it a value or a day or a month, or what information it is storing? Okay,
Teacher.
yeah. So for this we can like have variables. Variable is a thing like it helps us to like store the information in a form of like, for me, like everyone have their own uh, way of teaching. I say that this is the way I can keep my secret. Okay, suppose that this is like day. Okay, I have a variable day, or as you can say that simply you can use a. Okay, and this a stores 10. Okay, and this
Mm.
stores 7. Okay, this 10 and 7. Okay, using this a and b, we want to store a value like, suppose that we have this c equals to 19, d equals to 11, like we have multiple number. Okay,
Mm.
suppose that you want to execute this e, which says a plus b and multiply this with c plus t. Okay,
Yeah.
is it good?
Mm.
Like, is it easy example or
Yeah, it's
okay. So using this function we are having this. Okay, we can simply like, when you put this e you can get the answer, but I will suggest you that use this print command.
yeah.
Okay, and put this E. Okay. So this is the complete answer we have. Okay. 510. If you will perform this operation, you will get this 510 as an answer. Okay.
Okay.
If you want to check the type, like before this, you are not able to check the type of anything. Now you can check its type. If you want to check its type, simply use this type. Like if you want to check the type of A, okay, this will give you int, which means this is a form of integer. Okay.
Okay.
If you want to check the type of E, simply use this type and E. Okay. You
Okay.
can, if you want to alter your equation, like if you want to like have another option, like suppose that you have the other equation which is f, and it says that you have to add a plus d, okay, and divide it with b plus c. Okay, this can be a probability. Okay, you can also like do this, like print uh, f. So now what we are getting in a decimal.
Oh,
Okay, so in Python we call this float.
float.
Okay, so if you want to check this, check the type of f, simply you can check its type and like have this f. This is float, which means the f is not float, its value is float. Like if you change the value of its variables like a b c d, if anyone will be like, we have this simple, the uh, okay, put it like this. Okay, suppose
Hmm.
that I'm using these numbers. Okay, I'm running it, and then I'm like uh, I want to print f. So now the value is different. I have 1.891, something like that. Okay,
Hmm.
so this is also a form of float. Suppose that you want to have this pi or the value of g. Okay, okay, and you want to check the type of g, this will be float.
Float.
Okay, any doubt so far?
No.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Great. So let's check the different thing. Like I executed this print f. Okay, and I also said earlier that case sensitive. Okay,
Hmm.
so like if I want to print this f, capital F, okay, this is also f and this is also f. Okay,
Hmm.
the only change difference is that this is the capital one and the previous one is a lowercase, and this is the uppercase of f. So now this will give you a name error because this is a case sensitive. It
Yeah.
clearly says that f is not found or not defined. But if you look, we already defined it here with the lowercase of f. Okay, any doubt?
No.
So this is an example. I'm not going to delete it so that you will remember this. like if you want to, like suppose that you have this 10, okay, and
Hmm.
you uh, you want to divide it by 3, okay, then use this slash and divide it by 3, okay. Suppose that we have this a equals to 10 and b equals to 3, divide a by,
See.
okay. What we have 3.33, okay.
Hmm.
When we have different options, like suppose that this is a d and okay, we have these 3 options, okay. Suppose
Okay.
that you want something in a form, like if you want to have the reminder, like if you will divide this 10 by 3, it will give you, it will be like 3 will be 3 times 9 and the remainder will be 1, okay.
Hmm.
So you want in that form, okay. So in that case you
First.
have to use this one, okay. So this will give you 1, okay. This is a reminder what we have, okay. And if you want to check like how many time I like the divisional number, okay, so if you will check with this, okay, this will give you 3, okay, because 3 times, okay.
Hmm.
So this is the other form which you need to remember, because you want to become a data engineer or data scientist. So these are the basic things you need to know. So now you are aware of integers and float, okay.
Yeah.
There is another form of integers which is complex, okay.
Hmm.
Suppose that I have the value x and it says 5 plus 7j. In mathematics we use 5, like if I have to write it in a real life, i I will use or you will use I, but in Python, in spite of I, we use J. Okay. So
Okay.
this 5 plus 7j, which means that this 5 is a real value and this 7 is a imaginary value. If you want to check its type, this will give you a complex. Okay.
Hmm.
So now you understand that what is complex, what is float, okay,
Integer.
and what is integer. Any doubt?
No.
No.
And we also performed few mathematical operations, like we can also do it, like if you have a value, suppose that you have like a box, suppose that fruits, sorry, not apple, okay, is 10, is 100, and you have book which is 27 or 26, okay, and you want to create a, put it in a box, okay. So simply use this box and items and you want to simply add these numbers. Okay, like apple plus okay.
Mm.
So whenever you want to check this box items, like box, okay, you can get the summation of all these numbers. You can simply invoke this, or you can also use the print command. Okay, so do not worry. Okay, the result will be same. Okay, so in a these are the one kind of data. Okay, and in this we saw the integers, float, and complex. We will look into strings. If you are okay with this, we will move ahead.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you can practice this much.
you can move to strings.
Okay, we have the things as well. So like apple plus banana plus book. Okay, what if you want to like we added every time we added things. Okay, now let's perform a subtraction option. Okay, this is a minus sign. Using this, we can get a answer which is minus 116. And yes, like this is apple, and we are using 10. Okay,
It will be taking a string.
yes, so this will give you a string. Okay, now how you can create a string. Okay, so creating a string, we have different types. Like if you want to like str, suppose that I'm creating string 1. Okay, and in this I want to put information like uh, today is okay, simply this. And if you want to like execute it, okay, today is a great day. And if you want to check its type, string. Okay, this is not the only way to write a string. Suppose that you have information A and you want to store something like anything like how are you. Okay, so if you want to execute your string, putting simply in a within the parenthesis, this will give you an error. Okay, why? Because you are not using any,
Single quotes or double quotes.
yeah, you are not using any quotes. So for that, either you can use the single quote or you can use the double quote. Okay, how you can bring this double quote? This is shift and the quote. simply print this A, you'll get the answer. Okay. And if you want to check the type of this A, will be show you that it's a string. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I have one question.
yes,
Like,
please.
even if we don't use print, it is working here, right? Will that work
Yes,
even in Python?
everywhere.
Okay.
But as I said, like try to execute like you are a
Use print.
beginner, use
Okay.
yeah, print command. So it will help you to understand that where you executed your code. That will be
Mhm.
ultimately a end point for your code. Okay.
Okay.
It will
So
help you to
even
understand.
in
Yeah.
even in VS Code, we can execute just by typing the name of variable.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't try that way. I'll try it just to know, that's all. But yeah, I'll use print.
Okay. Suppose that you want to create a script of multiple lines, then what will you do? For that, suppose I am creating a string 2. Uh, okay, and I want to store multiple lines. I will show you that what is the difference between printing something with a command, print command, and without print command with this example. Okay, suppose that I am using this triple quote. Okay. Okay, so I am writing here. Okay. So what we are doing here is that we are trying to create multiple line. We can also separate this with whatever the place you want to separate it. Okay. As you can see that in this script, we have this
Freedom.
multiple lines. Okay. So if you want to execute this, okay, simply like str2, okay, and we can execute it here. Okay, in this you will get like when you are like invoking it without using print command, you will see here /n/n/n after every
New
new
line.
line. Okay,
Yeah.
but when you'll use this print command, okay, you will get different answer. Okay,
Mm.
got
In
it?
each place, we provide a new line in that
Yes,
code. Give
yes.
like
It
this print, or else it will.
with print command, we are getting it as it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I'm
and
saying that in code, if we provide a new line for each line,
mhm.
then if we give str2, then it will give as a in code will be in new line, or else it will be as printing that new line also.
It will print new line
Oh, okay.
like this. You can clearly see here, like when you will start scripting and you will
Mm,
get something like this and this with this /n, you will
mm,
find that okay, this is written in for a using the triple quote in a for a multiple script purpose, and after this the entire information is a within a new line, Okay, you can easily find it and helpful during coding. Okay, and with this print command you will get it as it is. Okay,
Okay. Hmm.
so in this session we we learned how we can download the Python.
Hmm.
Okay, we learned about the online compiler. You can using this, like if you want to print something like uh, hello PM. Okay, like you will get your answer here. Okay, so
Hmm.
we executed our code in Collab. Okay,
Hmm.
if you want me to like do anything in this Jupyter notebook, it will be simply same. Okay, as you can see here, output you are getting this 2 when you will do like a equals to, or like you will get it 2. So the output you can find it different. Okay, with print command you will get a different answer, and like in this one, okay, suppose that you want to use calculator, like 1 plus 1. Okay, 2. Okay, 2. Okay, I hope
Hmm.
you're like everything is crystal clear now. Do you have any problem or doubt? You can ask. Any doubt?
No.
Okay, so
No.
how was the session? Like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now are you afraid of this language, Python?
No.
Okay, so Python is like a real Python.